Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video. Today, we're going to talk about triggers and how to actually deal with them in a more efficient way as you are healing your inner child and your core belief wounds. Now, if you're new to this channel, hello, just a brief presentation here. I'm Elizabeth. I'm a life coach, soul therapist, and Reiki master healer. And my specialization is healing and recovery from narcissistic abuse, combining psychology, the Western approach, and spirituality, which is the Eastern approach. So let's go. Begin if you're new to this channel and you really dig this content with psychology, metaphysics, spirituality, philosophy, and all this wisdom. I really invite you to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me to grow, and like this video as you are right now. So let's start. I actually remember talking about triggers previously on one of my previous podcast episodes and videos here on YouTube. So I really recommend you to check first that video. We talk about if triggers are more like enemies or actually friends, if they can help you. In this video, we're going to talk on how to actually use the triggers for our benefit and how to cope, how to actually heal them and go through them instead of just pushing this feeling constantly away like we constantly do. So just to put us into perspective, this super uncomfortable feeling you get when you get triggered. Let's say that someone online said something really disgusting and you're like, ew, this is making me feel this type of way. We can put the example that someone has another different religious view, or if you, for example, are a really spiritual person and you encounter someone who's really religious online, or it can be vice versa, that you are religious and you see some, new age person online and you're like, ooh, what I'm feeling. And there's usually two reactions that I notice with myself. I usually felt very uncomfortable inside, but I just kind of swallow it. So I was like this, processing it, and having this face reading or watching the video. But what I also see in many people is that they just put themselves in this flight or fight mode and they start to attack others whenever they get triggered. And this is because when we get triggered, it's because our nervous system literally tells us that what we saw or what we experienced is unsafe for us, that we don't feel safe there. So we literally become like, hey, I'm going to protect myself. And because we are not living outside in the jungle nowadays, our natural response is just basically to attack others and insult them and just put this super long paragraphs and arguments and to try to prove ourselves why we are right and why the other person is wrong. And this doesn't really come to much sense or usefulness. So in today's video, we're going to see what do we have to do in order to heal from these triggers. So the first step that you're going to do is to basically pause. Just pause and watch your breath. No need to change your breathing for now, but just pause and just, if you need to take one deep breath in, like deep breath out, just take a second and stop rushing. Stop just jumping in for the fight, okay? Just stop and take a deep breath. This will help you a lot to keep you from reacting in a very impulsive manner. The second step is to just feel what is going on there. And one thing that we usually like to do when we are triggered is that we get into this flight or fight mode and we try to escape what we're feeling. So either we escape by attacking others, and just ignoring completely our emotions, or just shut down and just be like this, like I used to be like when I get triggered, poker face, and just go numb and disassociate. So this doesn't actually help us to move through the trigger. What we have to do is to feel the emotions. And this can be pretty uncomfortable, especially in this society that we are taught since early age to basically ignore our emotions. But we have to feel them. Feel into the emotions and sensations that are arising in your body. Usually, you might feel anger and lots of stress and resentment in your body. What I'm feeling when I'm feeling triggered is this lump on my throat, which means that I probably didn't express what I was feeling at that moment. Now, the fifth step is for you to ground yourself if these emotions gets too much overwhelming. Just stay with the emotions, okay? Just evaluate what emotions are there. How do they feel in your body? Grounding also helps to just place your hands on the floor, whether you are at home or outside in the park in nature. Just connect with your hands on the ground and with your feet on the ground, and just stay with the emotions until the intensity of them actually just passed and lowered. And now the last step and the sixth step is to actually respond. But because you are calmer, in a calmer state of consciousness, now you can respond with a state of awareness. And this actually looks like telling your partner or your family member how you feel and what's going on for you, what are your perspectives. And maybe it is putting a boundary or even taking care of yourself when it's necessary. So I really hope that you really found these steps useful and you actually start applying them to actually see an improvement in your response and your nervous system regulation. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments below, what usually did you experience when you were triggered? How did you usually react it? And I read the comments. So see you in the next video. Bye.